Greetings, YouTube. Remember me? It's your old pal Mike Haley 7. I'm getting ready to go home. As you can see, I had my puck. Some of you will say, how dare you use a Harley-Davidson puck? Well, I paid for it. Alright, here we go. Wow. Look at that, huh? 100 degrees, it says. I know it's not really 100, but still, it looks impressive. I just looked down because I was going to go ka-chunk. Yeah. Old habits die hard. Look at me, I'm still going for clutch. It is so ingrained. So, we have a new roundabout. I saw that, right? It's pretty good. Haven't done this in a while, so let me see. Is there enough space for me to do it? I think someone took my spot. Oh well. I'll just do a little bit over here. Oh God, I'm so sloppy. Alright, that's enough. Hot, I'm tired. 5:31 p.m. So I am going home. I know you're probably asking yourself, geez, Mike, why haven't you made any videos in so long? Why you be so gone? Well, I'll tell you. Okay, so why haven't I been on the YouTubes? Well, as you may or may not know, I'm an administrator at the college that I work for, and as such, I have to deal with a lot of things. New student intake, sometimes testing, definitely advising, helping them with registration, and that's the smallest part of my job. I have to make the schedule for like 2 semesters in advance, almost. Oh geez, look at this person right up my butt. I hate when people go up my ass. So where was I? Oh yeah. So I have to make the schedule, and like the spring schedule is already due. And I was so busy working on advising and testing and placement and contracts and workloads, book orders, and making sure the classrooms had all the stuff they needed. I have been just working my butt off just to keep things, you know, going as they need to go. So by the end of the day, I'm exhausted. You know, I get in there at about 8 o'clock, sometimes 7:30. A couple of times I get in there at 7. And I work until, you know, 4 or 5. Sometimes I work till 7. I've had many a day where it's 12 hours. Just to make sure that I'm, you know, doing what I gotta do. The department needs it, so. If I don't do it, who else is gonna do it? Nobody. People won't have jobs. People won't have classes. So, I do it. I don't get any extra pay for it neither. Getting the same pay I was making back when I had an easier job, but I took this on to keep the program going because the person who was the department head retired, and I didn't want to do it, but nobody else wanted it, so I said I'll do it. And then they made it an associate department head position, which is aggravating. So they lateral entered me. You know what I mean? Oh, it's a lateral move, they said, so no extra pay. All right, whatever. I get my satisfaction from having a program, that's all. You know, and having happy teachers and happy students. It's not easy, but it's satisfying when you get it right. So then you add on to that the fact that it's been very stormy and rainy here. And I know a lot of you out there are like, oh, we wish we had rain. You know, it's so dry and half the world's on fire. Right? Yeah, that sucks. Well, here it's the opposite. We get tons of rain. And so it's not just rain, it's like big thunderstorms. And you know what comes with big thunderstorms in the south is hail. There's no way I'm putting my motorcycle outside when there's going to be possible hail. You never know when it's going to come. So if it calls for afternoon thunderstorms or any kind of thunderstorms during the daytime, I do not bring the bike because I don't want to get hail to dent up my bike. So, yeah. So I'm tired, I'm cranky. The way I used to say that with my wife, cranky. And one day I spelled it wrong, and so I spelled it cranky, and ever since then that's how I say it. Anyway, I'm cranky. Boo-hoo for me. And of course, I'm still dealing with the loss of my mom, and my brain just keeps on crying. It's almost like you're trying to the event of my mother's death and the grief and all that. It's not so much the grief; it's I'm just trying to grapple with the what happened. You know, the experience of it all. It's like Greco-Roman wrestling, and I just can't get a good grapple on it. And so it keeps flummoxing me. Like, you know, I saw my mom die. I watched her go from, you know, being in the hospital making jokes to, oh, I can go to hospice now, and if I take off my oxygen and stop taking this medicine, I'll die very quickly. Okay, let's do this. Because this is not a life worth living anymore. And so the moment she got to the hospice, that's when the clock started, and about 2 hours in, 3 hours in, she took out the oxygen, and we had the vigil all night and watched her go. She marched right toward the exit and left. Just, I'm out of here. And it's hard to, you know, you think about, you know, if I were in that position, or when I'm in that position someday, you know, am I going to go like that, or am I going to, you know, splat into a truck? Or, you know, airplane crash or some other god-awful thing. And there really is no good way to go except Bing Crosby way, and nobody really gets the Bing Crosby where, you know, you have a hole-in-one on the best day of golf in your life, and as you're going back to the clubhouse and people are cheering for you, hey, you did a great job, Bing, you just made a great album, wow, this is wonderful, you met David Bowie, yay, dead. Nobody gets that. Nobody gets that, except Bing. Bing got it. The rest of us, no. We circled the drain for a number of years, suffering, not wanting the inevitable to come. Or, you know, we die screaming in a plane crash, or having to try to escape the flames on the World Trade Center and end up falling to your death out a window and someone's filming you, and the dulcet tones of Billy Joel are playing in the background as the camera focuses on you falling to your death. I mean, it's shitty. It's just shitty. I'm sorry to be so, you know, maudlin, but it's just what's in me right now. And I'm dealing with it. I mean, I haven't really cried. I haven't had my big ugly cry. I had a little bit of an ugly cry, you know, that night. And I can feel it in there. It's definitely rattling around in there. It just hasn't come out yet. When my dad died, it took me 2.5 months before it came out. So I know it's messing with me big time, but I've had to focus on my job. And, you know, there's no rest for that kind of thing. You can't stop your, you know, your job because you're grieving. Or you're trying to figure something out. No, you gotta keep, so I put everything on, you know, in little boxes. And I said, all right, I'll deal with that when I deal with it. But right now I have too much shit to do. My mom made a great statement one day. She says, you will care more about your headache than the news of your best friend's death. In other words, like the immediacy and the pain of your headache will be more important to you and more inescapable to you than learning that someone you really love has died. And she really was quite right about it, because, you know, I've got this job, let's just call it my headache, which I love, but it's also a headache. And I can't just say, okay, everybody, we're just going to take 6 months off here and I'll be back and, you know, fend for yourselves. I just can't do that. I just can't do that. I have to help. So, Mama, I think of you all the time. And the death rattle sound that my mom made when she was gone is something that just, oh, God. Anyway, so I apologize for not watching anybody's videos, not commenting on anything, not being present at all. I've been going through some stuff this summer, so I apologize, and I hope that you are understanding. And if not, well, oh well. All right, it's Mike Kayla 7. I'll talk to you later.